Good evening, everybody. Our forecast going forward again, of course, focuses on the end of this week and the winter storm that goes along with it. So we're going to start off with what we have for you right now. Winter storm warnings for the entirety of southeast Michigan. That's this pink highlight. So the watch is done. They've been updated to the new warning criteria. We have winter storm warnings for all of us basically until Saturday morning, if not even a little later towards sunrise, almost for some of us actually in the southeastern portion of the area, Metro Detroit, for example. But that's not the only part of the story, because the rest of the area in the mitten, all this red, those are official blizzard warnings. True blizzard, actually, throughout the entire west portion of the mitten and the entirety of the northern portion as well. Here's the thing. All of the mitten is either in blizzard or winter storm warnings, which are the higher of the two criteria here. And we will likely have at least a couple of isolated moments, if not more than those, where we reach near blizzard conditions in the southern portions of the state because of the wind. It doesn't matter the amount of snowfall. I cannot stress this enough. You could end up with 2 inches of snow, and with that strong of wind, it would still be considered that type of criteria. And I'll explain that here in a moment. But at least for Thursday, rain takes over throughout the afternoon. It changes over as we head toward midnight, and then from Friday morning, we got dropped from 30 to 19 in just a couple of hours here. And we go, of course, all snow at that point, but anything that's wet on the roadways has a chance to freeze. The issue here is that even spreading like a brine on the roadways, or even salt at that point with the wind, the rainfall can wash off brine, the wind would blow the salt off, and the temperatures falling would allow it to freeze. So that's the issue we're looking at. This is a multi-tiered monster that we're trying to deal with as we go further forward. But let's talk snow, because I know we want to know what we got to clear away, right? Looking at the models, you can see right here, the eastern portion. So Monroe to Detroit to Mount Clemens to Port Huron, going all the way through areas like Dearborn, Inkster as well. You're looking at about 3 to 6 inches of snow. But only just a couple miles west of you, Ann Arbor, going to Pontiac, just on the edge of Pontiac as well, by the way, all the way up into the southern portions of Sanilac County there, that's a good solid 4 to 8. You get west and north of there, Sandusky, Lapeer, Howell, that's where you're getting 6 to 10 inches. And this kind of gives you an idea of what it would look like. Solid coatings of snow, of course, heavier than some of those other spots, but what this doesn't show you is the wind. 3 to 6, we get that every year. There's nothing that's new to us here in Michigan, but it's everything combined together. The wind gusts, of course, leaving us with the strongest activity Friday afternoon and evening. That's the worst of it. It's windy the whole time, but we're looking at wind gusts likely near that 50-mile-an-hour mark, and there is the chance that we could have some power outages from this. So make sure, of course, that you're making sure your phones are charged. You have ways to stay warm if you have your power blink, because with winds that strong, they wouldn't be able to restore power right away. Now, that risk is worse on the west side of the state and further to the north than it is here, but that risk still remains for southeast Michigan. Remember, it's not about being scared, it's about being prepared. So I want to make sure that you've got all the facts here so that you can plan ahead. And we've got some time still. But if you don't need to travel Friday, don't travel. If you don't need to travel Saturday morning, don't travel. You can get by just fine later in the day Saturday. Well, still quite slow. That's the better chance, or for Thursday. But Friday and Saturday really don't look great. We start to dry things up. It's still breezy, though, on Sunday, and wind chills are likely well below 0 because of how strong the wind will be. So bundle up. It is going to be a bit of a rough go as we head all the way through the end of the week and into the start of the holiday weekend.